Kenner and Donny Hathaway. To date, over 300 artists have covered This Christmas. Unfortunately, because of industry practices and standards in the early 70s, Nadine McKinnon failed to protect her interests and did not benefit financially to the extent she should have. As we know, history is littered with countless untold stories of the accomplishments of hidden black female figures. For over 50 years now, we've been inspired by this heartfelt Christmas classic. Due to a sudden debilitating stroke, Nadine McKinnon is in need of our help to assist with massive medical bills not covered by our insurance. Please show your love to this inspirational woman and writer of our beloved classic. And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for you and Nadine. Please contribute as your heart leads you. All donations are welcome. Go right now to the GoFundMe page for Nadine Scott McKinnon or head to the KBLA 1580 website. On behalf of KBLA Talk 1580, thank you in advance for doing your part to honor a true songwriting legend.
And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me.
Merry Christmas.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Listen, it's been said and stated that no decision is a decision. That no decision is a decision. And decisions must be made. Decisions are incredibly important. Decisions are the way we partner with God in creating the life that He intends for us to create and or making the contribution that He's called us to make. It's decision. God intended for humans to be people that make decisions. He's given us, there's a word called volition. It's free will. He's given us the ability to choose. And it is up to us to steward that ability well, to use it well. Like even all throughout Scripture, you see examples of God encouraging His people, hey, you got to make a choice, but then nudging them in the direction that they should go so that they can make the choice they need to make. Like He says in the Old Testament, I set before you today life, death, blessing, cursing, and then says to them, choose life. Choices.
Listen. Do you know how you choose life? We talked about it today when I did the promo for Kwanzaa. It's no accident, right? No accident that my word for Kwanzaa was Kumba, creativity. Creativity is a synonym for life. And God created man and gave us free will. But listen, sometimes the choice that the pastor spoke on, we choose. You guys heard me do the show a couple weeks ago, and I said, what's the difference between peace and quiet? We choose quiet. And I told you quiet was merely an escape from the noise of your life, from the noise of your experiences. I told people peace is the ability to live in the chaos of self quietly. I'm at peace with what's wrong with me. That's the reason we created a mask, because we're not at peace with what's wrong with us. We're not at peace with our shadow. We're not at peace with our wounds. So you know what we do? We become spiritual makeup artists. We paint on the face we want to present. That's making a choice, as the pastor said. But it ain't a good choice. You want to choose life? Choose yourself, your whole self, every bit of you, even the parts you despise. If you can't choose you, you're going to be indecisive with everybody else. I know you don't want to hear this tonight, but I want to give it to you now. If you don't choose you, I done met so many people over the course of my life who thought they were better than they actually were. Once you get in and you start to recognize, oh, this is all a facade. This is all a game you playing. You're not even serious about you. Oh, how is it that you're not what you point out in others? Huh? You made a choice to ignore what the hell is wrong with you. But you are so good at saying, you know what, you did this, you did that, you wrong for this, you ain't this, you let me tell you something. You can tell a person ain't did no work when they can point out everything that's wrong with you, but have a difficult time acknowledging the mirror aspect of relationship. Well, how is it all this damn stuff is wrong with me and you wound up with me? Now, how did that happen? How did you get all the janky stuff? You able to point out the jank in me, but you can't point out the stank in you. I need to know. 1-800-920-1580. See, you're wasting my time now. That's the topic. You wasting my time pointing out me or what somebody else did. You wasting everybody's time. Just like Big Mama used to say, you got 2 eyes, 2 ears, and 1 mouth. You should see and hear twice as much as you say. Now, if you can sit back and have an exhaustive conversation about what's wrong with everybody else, and then you get elusive and vague when it comes to really breaking down you and being able to share, you sharing when you talking about me, can you share when it's time to talk about you? I need to know. Cynthia, get in here and continue this sermon.
I do understand the young man that was talking about how should you feel should that love extend to the family. It depends on what kind of relationship you're in. I love what you just said, though. You have to realize that like seeks after like. If you have a horrible cussing, acting a fool, hit you in the mouth kind of man, it's because you, to some degree, have attracted that in your life. Because the signs of a broken person are there. When I tell you that love covers, that's all it does. Oh, he didn't mean that. Oh, she'll do better. No, she didn't mean that. That's how we give people excuses so that the hurt that we really feel, we don't have to address it because like what you said, we want to put it on that person. But the real work, the hardest work you'll ever have to do is the one on the person that you're looking in that mirror. That's the hardest work I've ever had to do. And I agree, if you're in a relationship that is just courting and dating is when you should be gathering intel. Sex may be something in the books for you, but right now, I know you fine, but I need to know how crazy you are. I need to see you in the season when you ain't pretty. I need to see you in the season when you cleaning house. Do you clean house? Oh, sir, I need to see you when you ain't in this fine car that's in your mama's name that's parked in front of your mama's house. Because you ain't got no credit.
My.
I need to see that. So what I'm saying is my trust has to be something that all along the way I gradually extend. And I'm able to give you a boundary when I see you can't handle more. But the problem is we've already invested that time. And we want to continue that euphoric momentum of being in love and being in love. And so then we give people all this access and we blame them. It's like there's a quote in the book that says, if you suffer people to be ill-educated on how to treat you from the time you meet them and then punish them for disposing them to that experience in the first place, you have made a criminal in your life and caused yourself to be acting a fool. Because you did it.
Who?
Now, you should always respect the in-laws, but there should be a boundary there too, because your trust is not with them. The contract is not with them. It's with the spouse. In a relationship, you should have a healthy respect, but there should be a boundary because I'm establishing how much I can trust you with me, because I might have a criminal record I don't need you to know about. I might have some other things going on in my family I don't need you to know about. But that's not the fault of the other people if we give them too much. We have to do this stuff in steps. And so I love people. I love my black women, but I think sometimes we call too much and we don't want to believe what our eyes show us. And I love our black men, but sometimes the savior complex that you have for women is going to end up putting you in the grave. Because a person, when you meet somebody that's a full adult, they are making every decision that they want to make to satisfy themselves. So you can't be mad about that.
Cynthia!
No. What?
Who in the hell left the gate open? Lord have mercy.
I'm sorry.
Ooh, Lord.
I'm sorry, but this is a great topic. I love the topic. I love you guys. I'm all the way from the SIP.
Oh, Lord, you brought the SIP in the building. If you want to join tonight's revival, all you got to do is call us at 1-800-920-1580. Cynthia from the SIP was not playing one bit. Let me get Sean in here from Oakland, California. Sean, he dropped. Oh, let me get Cali Soul in here from Denver, Colorado. Cali Soul, get in here.
Woo-wee.
Lord.
Hey there now.
Yes. Somebody tap your neighbor on the shoulder and say, I decide. Somebody tap your neighbor on the shoulder and say, I decide. I choose not to be indecisive. Talk to us, Cali Soul. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Oh, my God. Woo. One thing I want to say is it's very interesting to be a person. I'm a person that I create space for you to unfurl, to be free. It's a safe space. So it's very interesting to see people's reaction who are not used to the blessing of that and how they sabotage it.
Interesting.
A second thing. That's all I have to say about that. Like, again, and I think I said that last time I called, we manifest. And this wonderful person shows up in front of you, and then you get to tearing it apart and saying, this isn't the blessing that I prayed for. And it's like, come on. It's like that parable about, I think it was like a dude in the middle of the sea or something in a boat, and he's sitting there praying, talking about, God, send me somebody. And somebody come by with a lifesaver. It's like, hey, man, you need some help? Oh, no, I'm good. And, okay, that person passed, and somebody come by in a boat. Hey, I see you out here struggling. You want to come with me? Oh, no, I'm good. I'm praying to God to do something, to save me out of this situation. And it's like the dude dies, goes to heaven, and it's like, why didn't you save me, God? And God like, yo, I sent you a lifesaver, a boat, a whale, a dolphin,
That'll send all kind of stuff. An octopus, everything. Squid.
Come on now.
Blue whale.
So we, like I said, I love that I have learned finally what love is and how to love. So to extend that to people and to watch them begin to unfurl, to have that moment where they just come fully apart. I mean, I won't even go into the stories that I've experienced of people just understanding that they're in a safe space and being free enough in a moment to unfurl in front of me. And then the ego kicks in the mind, and you start to see them backpedal, and it's like, oh, no, wait, you're good. You're free. You're safe. Keep going. Keep digging. Let's lean in. Like, I weep for us that really don't give ourselves the space and love ourselves enough to know that what we've manifested is what we need right now. Lean into it, learn all the lessons, get all the things. There's no such thing as wasting time. You're here to learn a lesson. If you're in a relationship with anyone, a friendship, whatever ship, these are things to grow us, to make us better. You don't need to be counting what you got over here. Or I don't want to give this person this, or this might be too much. Like, no, lean in, because that is what we're here for. And these moments take you to the next moment, to the next moment, to the next moment. So, like, it hurts me again to hear people say, I'm not about to invest all of this stuff and teach this person how to do this, teach them how to make love, teach them, how to show up for a woman, or teach her how to show up for a man and what we need. I'm not going to do that for you to run off and be with somebody else. And what I say to you is, why not? We are a community. We're here to do our work. So whatever you're sowing into that person's life in that moment, whatever they're sowing into your life in those moments, this is what you need right now. Get it. Put it in your pocket. Put it in your wallet. Put it in your pocketbook, baby. Let's go. Because this is what life is living, moving. Stop getting so attached to the attachment. I need to be able to name this. I need to be able to say that this is what this is, and it feels good. And, whew.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Cali Soul, guess what you just did?
Brought Denver into the building.
Denver,
Y'all have a good night.
Colorado is in the building. Let me hit you upside your dome piece real quick. Dr. David R. Hawkins, he's another one of my favorite philosophers. See, what you fail to realize about indecision, indecisiveness, it's really fear, right? You lack the courage to do what hurts. Sometimes you need to understand, in order to get better, you got to do worse. I don't know who I'm talking to tonight. Sometimes, in order to do better, you've got to do worse. You hear it in the Alcoholics Anonymous. Sometimes they'll say, hey, that person ain't hit rock bottom yet. They got to hit rock bottom so that the only way they can go is up, right? Watch this. With courage, there is the willingness to take chances and to let go of former securities. There is the willingness to grow and benefit from new experiences. This involves the capacity to admit mistakes without indulging in guilt and self-recrimination. You see people do it to themselves all the time. I'm just so mad I chose this person. Don't you know God chose that person for you so you can see what is in you that needs correction from you? Only you can correct you. There are no accidents. The universe is economical in its movement. You're not going to fall into a situation that doesn't have a payoff. But every payoff requires the effort and willingness to cultivate it. When I come forward, the voice of reason going to get on over to Jacksonville, Florida. Let's cook.
Here's to a holiday season full of peace, joy, and happiness. Happy Kwanzaa from all of us at KBLA Talk 1580. Environmental justice, pollution, and climate. In Los Angeles and across America, people of color are suffering and dying from disproportionate health impacts on a planet that has less than 10 years to prevent irreversible damage. Heat illnesses, respiratory illnesses, water-related illnesses, food system impacts, insect-related diseases, black maternal health, and mental health effects. As the impacts of climate change mount, millions of vulnerable people, our people, are going to bear the brunt of these extreme environmental events, which will likely lead to forced displacement, loss of cultural identity, and other related risks. These realities are as real as rain. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details about the most progressive multimedia and live events campaign any black media outlet has ever undertaken to combat the climate catastrophe. Experts, events, empowerment. It's all on the way from unapologetically progressive KBLA Talk 1580. We don't black down. We level up.
Level up, 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 level up.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA reminds you that when we fight, we win, and we don't black down. LA Community Action Network, or LA CAN, was formed in 1999 when 25 residents of downtown LA came together and acknowledged the problems that existed in their community and made a commitment to do something about those problems, to stand together, organize, and become a force in the community that demands change. Civil rights and preventing the criminalization of poverty are their core projects. In addition, they take on women's rights, the human right to housing, and healthy food access. LA CAN also has projects focused on economic development, civic participation, voter engagement, and community media. While downtown LA remains their home base, with a particular emphasis on the Skid Row community, in 2007, they expanded their housing and healthy food access work into South Central Los Angeles. LA CAN believes that power for low-income people and people of color is achieved through a large, active, and well-informed member base that utilizes a multitude of methods to advance their messages and goals. If you'd like to join the Los Angeles Community Action Network and organize people to fight back against oppression, please visit cangress.org. That's cangress.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Knowing love the way I do, I can say for certain that it's true. There's a chance for me and you.
Come on, Anthony. Come on, Andy.
I surely feel like the time is near. The picture in my mind is very clear. I think love has brought us here. I remember not too long ago, I was just a lonely person with a lonely heart. Yeah. And I was hoping there could one day be a chance for me to get the love that I'd been missing. Sometimes love takes a long time, but wait for us to love. Wait for love, wait for love.
Man, oh man, of Chevys. Big Luther. Hey, boy, Luther Vandross. Now, you know I ain't gonna put no Luther Vandross on my playlist, but Andy done came with a slapper. Woo! Andy's playlist is my co-host, definitely. Hey, man, we got a great topic tonight, man. You know, patience versus indecision. What are the benefits of patience in a relationship? Patience, when balanced with healthy boundaries, can contribute to the success of a relationship. Stop right there. Patience, when balanced with healthy boundaries. Now, we know the catchphrase here for boundaries is soundries. Your boundaries cannot use the mortar of unhealed hurt and or fear or ego. Or that wall, that boundary you're creating isn't sound. Thus, soundries are boundaries that are built using the mortar that does not contain fear, ego, pride, resentment. Do you understand? That's why we call them soundries over boundaries, because many people will use their fear to build a wall and it will insulate a wound as opposed to letting it breathe so it can heal. Do you understand? So when we say balanced, healthy boundaries, just understand Fear, resentment, the past, unhealed wounds cannot be a part of the construction of the boundary. Do you understand? This is why when most people's boundaries are crossed, that infraction, for many people, it's good enough to end the relationship. All right? But patience also allows for the exploration of different perspectives. When it allows for the exploration of different perspectives, that means a willing ear, an active listening ear that isn't rooted in judgment is in place. Do you understand? The development of trust and the opportunity for personal growth is available where there is patience. Patience can foster understanding and empathy, creating a safe space for open communication and compromise. Again, many relationships lack a safe space. What this means is, if I'm angry, if I'm frustrated, if I'm disappointed, I should be able to express that without your judgment. If your judgment is involved in my expression, it's not totally a safe space. See, a lot of times, man, you can't, how many people in a relationship right now, they can't even talk. They can't even speak the way they really want to speak. I sit in the cigar lounge and I see brothers talking about their wives. They don't get to talk. They come to the lounge to talk. Man, I don't know what I'd do without this place. That just means it ain't a safe place where you live. Do you understand? And women, they feel the same way. I've been told, man, if I really tell you how I feel, you won't be able to handle it. That is an indication that your space, in order to speak to one another, it's not safe. And where there is a lack of safety, please understand, and I want to use a different word than safety, comfortability. Where there is a lack of comfortability, guess what? There will be indecision. Because people will always say, man, is this right? It feels ajar. Something is off. It'll feed the indecisive state of a person. So yes, there's tremendous benefit to cultivating patience. But patience and peace must coincide. Patience and peace. In other words, peace is an extension of acceptance. I accept you as you are. I accept the whole human being you are. Now, I'm going to be patient with that human being. When we come forward, the phone lines will continue to fire off.
Easily. Now I remember spending all my time on a dream that kept me wishing that you could be mine. Yeah. And I was hoping that
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. A Chicago man whose murder conviction was recently overturned is free after spending more than 12 years behind bars. Darian Harris walked out of the Cook County Jail after prosecutors decided not to retry him in a deadly shooting at a Southside gas station in 2011. The decision comes after his conviction was based in part on the testimony of an eyewitness who turned out to be legally blind. Harris, who is black, has long maintained his innocence. One of the Trump co-defendants in Fulton County's election interference case is looking for a new legal team. WSB-TV reports lawyers for Trevion Cootie have filed the paperwork to withdraw as her attorneys. Cootie, a former publicist for Kanye West, is accused of trying to get a Georgia election worker to confirm former President Trump's voter fraud claims. No reason was given for the attorney's move to withdraw from the case. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Need an accident attorney by your side? All you got to do is call the Accident Guys.
Injured in a car accident or at work? The Accident Guys can come to you almost anywhere, so you don't have to come to us. Se habla español.
It's the gift-giving season, and we have a gift for you. Visit us online at kbla.store for holiday savings of 20% off all of our KBLA swag. For the best in merch, gift ideas, books, media, and more, log on to kbla.store right now. And be sure to check out our KBLA team favorites at kbla.store today. That's kbla.store for all our official merch on your favorite talk radio station, KBLA Talk 1580, at 20% off, but only during the holiday season. Happy holidays.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
There are many things to love about winter. Cozy sweaters, celebrations, and family time. But winter can also bring many stressors, extra expenses, seasonal bugs, and so much family time. If you and your loved ones are feeling stressed or anxious this winter, CalHope can help. Check out our free mental health resource at calhope.org today.
Hey LA, save water and put money in your pocket with rebates from LA DWP. Start saving with free shower heads and faucet aerators. Then save with every flush when you upgrade to a water efficient toilet and get a $250 rebate. You can also save on every load of laundry with a high efficiency clothes washer and get a $500 rebate. That's right, LA DWP customers can get $500 rebates on qualifying clothes washers. See all the ways to save at ladwp.com/save.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles is a nonprofit law firm that protects and advances the rights of the most underserved, leveling the playing field and ensuring that everyone can have access to the justice system. Every year, LAFLA provides free, high-quality legal services to more than 100,000 people living in poverty across greater Los Angeles. Their unique combination of neighborhood offices, self-help centers at courthouses, and domestic violence clinics puts Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles on the front lines in vulnerable communities and at the forefront of change. LAFLA's expert team of attorneys, paralegals, and support staff works to provide direct representation, offer counsel and advice, provide referrals, and educate the community about their legal rights through workshops and seminars. With locations all over LA, you can access their services or volunteer to help no matter where you live. And if you have an urgent issue, call 213-235-0060. That's 213-235-0060. To get legal help, make a donation, or volunteer, visit LAFLA.org. LAFLA.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Did you know addiction to drugs like meth or cocaine is a disease and not a choice? But getting help is. If you have stimulant use disorder, you, your family, and friends may have a lot of questions, including where to start. Choose Change California can help. Make a change today and find a proven treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
Meet LA's most affordable health plan. This open enrollment season, LA Care Covered is proud to offer the lowest cost health plans in Los Angeles County, featuring zero cost preventive services to help you achieve your wellness goals. Be part of the region's largest HMO network, featuring UCLA Health, Optum, and allied physicians without breaking the bank. We are here to help. Call us at 855-222-4239 for enrollment assistance. That's 855-222-4239. LA Care Covered. Your wellness, our mission.
At Susan G. Komen, we believe that ending breast cancer needs all of us working together. Because if you've just been diagnosed and don't know where to turn, we've got you. If you can't afford the treatment you need, we've got you. And if you are driven to honor the loved one you've just lost, we have a place for you here. Because of you, we're supporting those who need help today while tirelessly searching for tomorrow's cures. Visit Komen.org and be a part of our Susan G. Komen community today.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm calling you up. I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need a love doctor, and I need it right away. I'm calling you up. I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need to hear the doctor's voice to breathe
So I got this two-timing chick who got her revenge from when I was on my two-time tip. And even when I tried to correct it, she couldn't get past how she was disrespected, neglected my effort, a pair with no trust, dirty games and affairs that been tearing us up. If things ain't picture perfect, is it really worth it? I have an idea, but I need to know for certain.
I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need a love doctor, and I need it right away. I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need to hear the doctor's voice to breeze up.
Why commitment phobia can just be indecisiveness. People don't tend to notice this, but indecisiveness becomes a habit over time. So whenever we make a decision about anything, we are committing to it, at least for the time being. If commitment to any decisions has been a problem for you, then start practicing being more decisive in lots of small ways. Sometimes the more time we spend weighing up pros and cons of something, the more confused we get. And research has even found that overthinking a decision can lead to poorer choices. So get used to just deciding where to eat, what to do, and how to spend your time, and you'll find decisiveness itself becomes a habit too. So here's to your relationship bliss.
Analysis by way of paralysis. Man, y'all gotta, you have to demote fear and ego, or what I like to call FIGO. In my 2015 book, The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship, exclusively available on Amazon.com in multiple formats. The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship, talks about FIGO. And FIGO will definitely, fear and ego, will definitely keep you in a state of analysis by way of paralysis. All right, call back Pretty Brown Mimi. We got to get these other callers in here right now. Attila, Houston, Texas, you've been on the longest. Get in here. Yes. How you doing tonight?
What's up? Oh, you know, I'm good. All right, so I'm gonna say my piece and then I'm gonna go.
Okay.
So I think that the reason why we struggle so much in this area, patience, unhealthy behaviors, is because a lot of times we're looking for people and not really enjoying the experience of having that person, or even like in actually fully engaging and being present. And so, you know, you end up fighting really hard to get in the relationship, and then you fight tooth and nail to get out of it. So I guess for me, I'm a very impatient person at times. Yeah. And if you give me more options, I'm definitely going to have the analysis paralysis situation going on. Like, I was just telling my friend, this is part of the reason why, like, going to grocery stores can be a little excruciating. Too many options, right?
But wait. Let's come back. You gave us the answer.
Mm-hmm.
You got to sit in the experience. Why do you talk to me about what causes you to get anxious while you're in the experience?
Fear. Definitely fear.
Mm-hmm.
But also my brain is like going a mile a minute. So I'm constantly analyzing things, overanalyzing things. So I can't really ever like sit comfortable. Like, I don't know how they got me to sit down in class because Lord.
Well, let me ask this. Are you analyzing with a judgment component, an evaluative component?
Yes.
Why do you do that?
I feel like that's fear-based too, because, you know, if you can judge quickly, you can save yourself faster. But if there's no threat, it's kind of silly, right?
Wait, this is getting deep. So you're in the business of saving yourself as opposed to relating.
Boom.
There
you go. Because, I mean, for me, like, my earliest relationships were not safe. So I feel like I'm constantly trying to remind myself, like, you're safe now.
But are human beings safe?
I believe you can find safety within yourself once you know who that is, who you are.
Right? Keep going. I'm with you because you're right there. You are so
I
there.
really agree with Cynthia. You know, like I think we put way too much pressure on each other to kind of be saviors. And I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, you are at peace with yourself when you put down your battle axe, right? Like, I want to be in a place where I feel complete peace with myself, and I don't feel disturbed just because someone else entered the picture.
Let me ask you a question. Do people make you feel safe, or do you make you feel safe?
I feel like I make me feel safe. I'm starting to take more effort into doing that, yes.
Because isn't that the definition of secure attachment?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
A
Exactly.
securely
It's
attached
not
person
right
doesn't have any fear. You saw that with the strange situation, Ainsworth, the strange situation when they have the baby and the baby will crawl out on this glass thing or whatever, and the glass looks like you can see all the way down, but the baby isn't afraid. It crawls out on it like, whatever. The strange situation. Or securely attached children will go to anybody. You know how you see some babies ain't messing with everybody. So again, you just outlined, you said it's fear-based. It's this. So if we go back to Dr. David R. Hawkins in his Power versus Force book, he says the fearful person will create a fearful world through their perspective. How they view it's a world to be shielded and protected from. Everything is a potential threat. So you figured out your own answer. You going into the relationships to securely protect yourself, which is an indication that you are not internally safe. It makes sense?
Yes. No, it makes perfect sense. Yes.
All right. Guess what you just did, sweetheart?
I brought Houston in the building.
H-Town in the building. If you want to bring your city, you know the protocol. The number to dial is 1-800-920-1580. When I come forward, I'm going back to Jacksonville, Florida, and then Dallas, Texas.
Happy Kwanzaa from Unapologetically Progressive KBLA Talk 1580.
Do you have both Medi-Cal and Medicare?
If so, the new LA Care plan called Medicare Plus can help you get the most out of your health plan for $0.
LA Care provides personalized service to Angelinos like us.
Plus, it gives us access to doctors and specialists across Los Angeles County.
For zero cost, we get access to full benefits.
From vision coverage,
in-home support services,
to prescription drug coverage,
and a quarterly over-the-counter allowance.
Plus personal equipment,
meal programs,
a gym membership,
and so much more.
For more than 25 years,
LA Care has provided Angelinos with access to quality health care at an affordable cost.
For our families,
our seniors,
our community,
it's a plus.
It's a plus
for all of us.
Did you know there's a way to outsmart COVID if you get it? Now there are medicines that can treat COVID, whether or not you've been vaccinated, which is great news, especially if you're over 50. If taken in the first 5 days of having symptoms, COVID medicines can help stop the illness from getting serious. Call a healthcare provider or the statewide COVID hotline at 833-422-4255 to learn more about COVID medicines. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. It grows louder when you ask for help and you're vulnerable. It is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
When we learn the power of hope, recovery is possible. Find out how at startwithhope.com. Brought to you by the National Council for Mental Wellbeing, Shatterproof, and the Ad
Some
Council.
people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is killing people. It's a powerful opioid, often made illegally and commonly mixed with illicit drugs. It can even be pressed into counterfeit pills that resemble prescription medications. Just 2 milligrams, about the size of a few grains of sand, could potentially be lethal. This isn't an ad to scare you, but it is an ad to make you think twice. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
You're beautiful. Each moment spent with you is simply wonderful. This love I have for you, girl, it's incredible. And I don't know what I'd do if I can't be with you. The world could not go on, so every night I pray. If the Lord should come for me before I wake, I wouldn't wanna go if I can't see your face, can't hold you close. What good would heaven be if the angels came for me? I tell them no. I don't wanna leave my baby alone. I don't want nobody else to hold you. That's a chance I'll take.
Andy has been on fire tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Andy's playlist is my co-host. You can't get to willingness if fear is making decisions for your spirit. Willingness is a manifestation of courage. So many people are afraid of being judged by the outsiders. So many people are afraid of being judged by the insiders. You know, those inside wounds that are saying, no, this feels wrong, this gonna hurt, this gonna hurt. Because your wounds don't understand the purpose of hurt. You heard me quote this before, Rumi. The wound is where the light enters. Cynthia talked about it earlier when she talked about pain. People don't want to feel the pain, right? So they close off. But let me tell you something. Don't you know relationships will transport you from wound to wound? They say, what are you talking about, Zoe? That unhealed hurt that you try to mold your relationships around as a barrier, as a fence to protect, that gets challenged by another kind of wound. What is that other kind of wound? A beneficial wound. What is a beneficial wound, Zoe? Vulnerability. The word vulnerable means wound. It means pain. You have to put yourself in pain in order to elevate in love. Each of us has within us a certain reservoir of suppressed and repressed fear. This quantity of fear spills into all areas of our lives, colors all of our experiences, decreases our joy in life, and reflects itself in the musculature of the face so as to affect our physical appearance or physical strength and the condition of health in all of the organs in the body. You heard me talk about it before in the book by Babette Rothschild, The Body Remembers Trauma. Sustained and chronic fear gradually suppresses the body's immune system. Although we know that it is totally damaging to our relationships, health, and happiness, we still hang on to fear. Why is that? You know why you hang on to fear? Because you're more comfortable with fear than you are with love. Love is not real. Fear, for most of you, is realer than love. And so fear keeps you indecisive. You could be in love with somebody and be like, nah, but fear got more say. 1-800-920-1580. I know y'all not ready tonight. Mimi, Jacksonville, get in here.
Hey, Zoe. Hey, everyone.
Hey, Zoe. Good to see you. Glad you're here. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Okay, it's been very powerful, all the calls, Ronan, Attila, everybody. But Callie Soul, the two of you she said there are no time wasters. And I said, you know what? I got something to say. I have been in relationships, 2 relationships in particular, where I was with a man that was 30, and he said, you know, I'm trying to find myself. You know, he wanted to be with me, but he also wanted to be out there doing his own thing. And then I was in a relationship with a man that said, look, I want you. I want to do this thing together. Do you want me? I want you. Let's do this. And that was a very fulfilling, satisfying, not perfect, but honest, direct, blunt relationship. So I realized the lesson I needed to know or needed to learn was I prefer directness. You know, I don't like this inconsistency, wishy-washy. I want you today, but tomorrow I don't want you. And I know we're all works in progress, but at this particular stage in my life, I'm a grown behind woman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want the BS.
So wait, who wasted your time, you or the 30-year-old?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You said he was wasting your time, right?
Well, I mean...
Well, hold on. How much time was wasted?
Oh, you and all your questions, though.
Yeah, because I ain't going to let you just come in here and say some things. I'm going to push you on a few things now.
A year.
And did you co-sign that year of time wastage?
Yes.
Okay, then. So who's responsible, him or you?
The question is so...
Okay, let's do it another way. When did you recognize he was wasting your time?
Probably, I don't know, maybe 3-4 months in.
So
your
you knew at
definition of
3-4 months
time.
you could go the rest of the year. You co-signed the rest of the year.
You know, when you say it like that, it sounds so not, you know what I'm saying.
Accountable?
It sounds
so...
The point is, I prefer directness.
So you learned a lesson. You learned that you
Yes.
be playing around too.
I was not. This right here with
You
him,
was convincing
it was
yourself, right?
not. Well, yeah.
Okay then, cool. Hey, guess what city you brought in the building?
Hold on, don't let her go yet. Don't let her go yet.
Oh, he said, don't let her go. Andy got something for you. Andy always got something for you.
Hey, Mimi.
Yes.
You entertained it for a year. It must have been good, huh?
Andy.
Ooh. Don't call her out,
Exactly.
Andy.
Andy. Oh, Andy.
You know what it is. You was like, yummy, 30-year-old. Hey, thank you. You brought Jacksonville in the building, Mimi. Oh, Lord, here we go. Truemonger, get in here, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What are your thoughts on
Oh,
tonight's
man.
topic, bro?
I think patience is a positive until people take it for granted, take advantage of it. And they assume that they can do whatever, they can get away with whatever because you've shown them that you can be patient. But just like with anything else, if you take advantage of that and mistreat it and misuse it, it's gonna run out, and you're gonna be left looking like silly afterwards, and you're gonna be thinking about trying to figure out what happened. Like you messed it up. You don't play around with people's patience. So once it runs out with that certain individual, it's not going to be the same going forward if they even continue to deal with you. So yeah, it can cause some unhealthy habits, patterns, behaviors, whatever word you want to use. People have to pay attention to themselves and be patient with themselves first.
Right.
And most people struggle with it. I still struggle with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's power in patience. So I'm constantly working on it. There's many times where my patience is very good. And it's just certain things where I don't have patience for none, especially with my BS. I don't have patience for that, especially if it's intentional. If some things just happen, I might get heated in a moment that I can sit back and calm down and really think it out. But if you doing it maliciously, no, you're on a short leash with me after that. I'm always going to look at you a different way, especially if it's consistent.
Hey, brother, I loved everything you said. Guess what you just did?
This is Bart Dallas in the building.
Dallas, Texas is in the building. Let me just say this, y'all. We don't know what we talking about. This is just our experience. This is all anecdotal, right? But we want to start and cultivate conversations like this because this is definitely a national discussion. Relationships, I keep telling you, if we heal our relationships, we heal our community. If you want to see unity, we have to heal our relationships. I can't be on the same team with somebody that resents me. I can't be on the same team with somebody that's envious of me. We got to heal our relationships if we want to experience unity in this community. Listen, up next, you already know Jill Monroe, RSVP with Jill Monroe. I'll see you tomorrow with another slapper. Deuces.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton